What the fuck? Nope. I'm dipping out. This shit.
Exploring the unknown can be exciting, but going to creepy places can quickly make you regret your decisions. Tonight, we're diving into several disturbing encounters shocking people around the internet. Before we begin, a warning: the last story is truly shocking. A group of friends were hanging out in a basement, recording what they thought would be a fun video. Instead, they captured something utterly terrifying.
Noah, what are you doing?
Dude, come on, man. I just lost like $50 in cards.
You can get over it.
I know. I'm gonna just have to.
Staka, what are you doing over there?
Dude, I think I found a mouse in here somewhere.
Are you serious?
Dude,
it's dark. I don't know where it's. I can't find it.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on.
Dude, I'm not standing
Turn
with
the
a
lights
mouse.
on. Turn the lights on.
I'm not standing with a mouse.
I'll do
I
it.
can't see anything.
There's no mouse in here.
There's something in there.
No, there's not.
Did you get it?
I can't see it.
I'm doing something in there. Did you get the mouse trap?
Mouse is really getting fine. Alright, whatever.
There it is, a sinister face staring directly at the camera from behind the guy. The unsettling thing is, nobody seemed to notice it at the time.
I think I found a mouse in here somewhere.
Are you serious?
Dude,
it's dark. I don't know where it's. I can't find it.
turn the lights on. Turn the lights on.
Dude, I'm not standing
Turn
with
the
a
lights
mouse.
on. Turn the lights on.
And then, just as the light turns on, the figure vanishes completely. Whatever it was, it's clear this guy was in serious trouble, if not for the cameraman who turned on the lights. Next up, we have a TikTok user who, while renovating his newly purchased home, stumbled upon a secret tunnel, and what they found inside was nothing short of bizarre.
Going right back in. I think I got smaller. Ah! I don't know what the fuck I'm getting myself into. There's a water hose. A full cement floor, too. This way. Let's go this way. What the fuck is this? What is going on? It's a home, bruh. There's a closet. Like someone was trying to get out here.
This tunnel is massive, with multiple branching paths, a hidden tap, and a mysterious door at the far end. Judging by the structure, with its medieval-era walls and eerie design, it seems like it was built centuries ago. But the most chilling detail isn't the architecture, it's where they found it.
This way. Let's go this way.
Another detail that adds to the mystery is that the planks seem to have been boarded from the inside. You can see the way the nails are sticking out. The planks also seem rather new, indicating someone must have placed them recently. So, what exactly is this tunnel, and who has access to it? A hiker exploring the Slovakian woods in July 2019 captured a bone-chilling encounter with what the internet is now calling the Woodman. Deep in the forest, he stumbled upon what looked like a makeshift hut. Sticks and twigs were arranged in a way that suggested it was built for shelter, whether by someone or something. But what happened next was terrifying. The sounds he recorded were chilling, as if something unearthly was lurking nearby. But the horror didn't stop there. What on earth is that? This creature, dubbed the Woodman, seemed furious about the intruder in its territory. Whether it's a cryptid or a hoax, the possibility of its existence is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Let's hope it stays hidden in the woods. This next discovery is one of the most bizarre caves you'll ever see. This is Malheur Cave in eastern Oregon, privately owned by the Burns Masonic Lodge. From the moment the explorer stepped in, it was clear this was no ordinary cave. Its wide passage, with ceilings and walls that change texture every few meters, feel otherworldly. But what's even stranger is the white substance covering the walls and ceiling. That's when things start to get even weirder. Inside the cave, there are bleacher seats, positioned face to face, like they were meant for some kind of gathering or event. Adding to the mystery, there's an electrical conduit on the ceiling and a strange slab on the ground. This cave looks like it could be a natural formation, maybe the result of a lava flow, but those bleachers, they don't belong. What do you think is going on here? Could it be a hidden Illuminati meeting ground? In this eerie clip from 2017, a driver on a desolate road in Buzău, Romania, captured a moment that nearly gave him a heart attack. The uploader claimed this was a phantoma, a ghost, and honestly, it looks like it could be. But if you look closely, you'll notice humanoid legs beneath the figure, which might suggest it's just a human pulling off a hoax. But seriously, at midnight, in the middle of nowhere, who would do something like that for fun? This solo camper's peaceful night took a terrifying turn when he realized he was not alone in the forest. Solo camping in such deep forests always seems like a bad idea to me, but anyway, at first, what he hears are just the usual sounds of a coyote hunting pack. Nothing too unusual for the woods. But then, this happened.
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell?
I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Whew. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here.
A high-pitched voice broke the silence, saying, "I see you." Startled, but trying to stay calm, the camper responded with a simple "hi." According to him, it could have been another camper, but he'd been in these woods many times and never seen anyone before. Whatever it was, it seemed to be stalking him, its intentions unclear. Imagine hearing that in the dead of night. Terrifying, to say the least. This fresh evidence of Sasquatch's existence is making waves online thanks to some intriguing trail cam photos. Captured by a trail camera in Connorsville, Indiana, this figure was seen wandering the woods. The trail cam owner and uploader revealed that neighbors had reported hearing strange, loud screams the same night the creature was recorded. Could this be the proof we've been waiting for? Or is it just another hoax? Either way, it's enough to make you think twice before venturing into the woods at night. A TikToker was out in the woods south of Amsterdam, doing a ghost photo shoot with her dog when something much darker revealed itself.
You gonna make the best dirty ghost? You gonna make the best dirty ghost? Whoa. Oh my god. Holy shit. Is he okay? Are you okay? Alles gut?
These screams, they don't sound like any animal. They're human, but they feel twisted. Either a man in pain or someone who's completely lost their mind.
Are you okay? Alles gut?
The girl calls out, trying to get a response, but all she gets is silence. Then, the screams grow louder, more intense, and now she's really freaked out. Could it have been someone in genuine distress? Maybe, but my gut tells me skinwalkers are at play here, emitting human sounds to lure her in for only God knows what. Next up, we have a video of a father and daughter out in a park when she spots something in the woods nearby that left the father very concerned.
Somebody over there.
Over where?
Right there.
Hey! What are you doing over there?
I can get the key.
Where did it go?
No?
Where did it go, Carly?
There it is, something moving in the woods. Let's zoom in on that. This thing, it's got ridiculously long arms, a hunched posture, and something about it feels wrong. It's ghostly white and moving slowly, deliberately. After spotting it, the father rushes in to investigate, but by the time he gets there, it's gone. How in the world do you explain that? What would you have done if you were him? Let me know in the comments. This next video went viral in San Juan after CCTV caught a woman who was seen making a fire and then vanishing into thin air.
Okay.
She starts the fire in what looks like a bowl, and when she puts it out with her hand. But as she does, she vanishes into thin air, disappearing with the smoke. She's literally gone, absorbed by the smoke. San Juan residents were left shaken and confused, with many claiming she's a witch. After watching this, I can't say I disagree. One night, a homeowner heard noises in the living room, thinking it was her cat, but the next morning, her Ring camera revealed this. At exactly 2 a.m., when the sounds are heard, the camera captures a figure strolling through the living room. According to the homeowner, even her cat Noah saw it. The weirdest part is that it's an older woman with long hair, and she doesn't look like anyone the homeowner recognizes. Could it be a family spirit? Or something more sinister? Either way, it's creepy as hell. Imagine supervising your kids at a park and spotting this bizarre forest phenomenon. A massive tree appears to move on its own, while others stand still. And toward the end of the clip, it looks like the tree is watching the mother and her child, almost peeking at them. Sure, it might be a tree harvesting machine, but have you ever seen one carry a tree vertically like this? Let me know if you've got a logical explanation, because this just screams creepy to me.
There are plenty of reasons to have curtains, but after seeing this, you'll never leave your windows uncovered again. Two ghostly figures are hovering, staring in. First, they're floating outside the window of a high-rise apartment. Second, they're dressed in white, their faces pitch black with red eyes glowing like embers. Gives me chills. Why are they just hovering there? No knocks, no attempts to come inside, just watching. I used to think curtains were for keeping people from looking in. Now it feels good to not see what's out there. But does not seeing them make you safe? If they can hover in midair, what's stopping them from coming through a mere glass window and curtain? If I saw this outside my window, I'd move out of that place. Sometimes, it's not knowing what something is that makes it terrifying. And in this clip, what seems like an unknown sea creature is making waves online. At first glance, you see something strange in the water. The clip is short, and the creature only appears for a split second, adding to the mystery. What could be lurking beneath the surface? A new water monster we haven't discovered yet. Many claim that. But here's the truth. It's no monster. At least, that's what I believe. It's actually just a river otter. Nothing dangerous. Just an adorable little swimmer caught from a bad angle. Otters don't bother anything larger than a fish, so no need to panic. We've all heard the stories. But what if I told you mermaids might be more than just myths? This clip could be the proof no one saw coming. At first glance, it's just a regular day, a fish swimming in the ocean. Nothing unusual. But as the camera zooms in, questions start to surface. Could that be a humanoid figure beneath the waves, moving with an eerie grace? It looks human-like, but not quite. Could this really be a mermaid hiding in plain sight? As the figure turns, the details sharpen. A fish-like tail and a humanoid upper body. It's straight out of folklore. Mermaids are said to be beautiful, but they're also rumored to be dangerous. Our legends used to say they would drown sailors, so if you ever find yourself face to face with one, maybe keep your distance. If they've stayed hidden for so long, there's probably a good reason for it. They don't want to be discovered, at least not by us. If there were ever a perfect example of hidden in plain sight, this video would be it. What starts as an ordinary moment quickly spirals into something deeply unsettling.
Bismillah. 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 Bismillah.
Where did that girl come from? And where did she vanish? She was staring right at the camera, her face just appearing from nowhere. It's as if the space between the clothes became a portal, a gateway to somewhere she's hiding. As the man pulls back, we can see that there is no one is behind the clothes. The girl is gone. Or is she still there, watching from the shadows? Did we just witness something paranormal? A ghost? Or perhaps a glimpse into another dimension? This is one of the most convincing videos I've seen. Almost undeniable proof of the supernatural. The age-old question lingers. Why don't we see these ghosts more often? And could they really harm us? You've probably seen snakes before, but have you ever seen one with horns? This clip from India might make you rethink everything you know about these slithering creatures.
കൊമ്പുള്ള പാമ്പാണിത് നോയിക്കോളി ശരിക്ക് നോയിക്കോളി ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു പാമ്പ് മുന്നേ നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടനാ.
Snakes already symbolize fear and danger, but horns, that takes it to a whole new level. What could cause this? A rare species? Or maybe there's something more mysterious happening here. The way it sits, calm and regal, almost feels like it's meant to rule. Could this creature be hiding secrets we've yet to uncover? Snakes have always been woven into legends, and looking at this one, it's easy to see why. Paleontology tells us that massive snakes once roamed the earth long before humans. Now imagine this horned snake at an enormous size, and you'll understand why serpent gods and demons fill our mythologies. What would you do if you came face to face with one of these ancient rulers? Downtown Charlotte isn't exactly known for strange sightings. But here's an exception. Something bizarre is lighting up the night sky, and it's nothing like what you'd expect.
Bruh, I don't know what that is.
As we zoom in, it becomes clearer that this is some sort of craft, though it doesn't resemble anything we're familiar with. The strangest part, it's literally breathing fire, with multiple exhausts spewing flames and smoke. Not exactly your typical aircraft design. At the end of the video, it makes a sharp, intentional right turn, confirming it's definitely a craft. But what kind? A cutting-edge military plane? A secret experiment? Or could it be aliens? If extraterrestrials do exist, why are they so elusive? If they're advanced enough to travel light years, what's with the hide and seek routine? Or maybe we're overthinking it, and there's a more down-to-earth explanation for this fiery, mysterious object. A sunrise or sunset is always mesmerizing. But what if you looked up and saw not one, but 6 suns shining in the sky? This video from China gives us a strange sight. 6 glowing orbs suspended in the sky, each one a little dimmer than the last, casting the same light in shadows. It's almost too surreal to believe. Could this be some cosmic event? A glimpse into a parallel universe? 6 suns lighting up the sky sounds like something straight out of a science fiction film. But of course, there can't actually be 6 suns. What we're witnessing here is likely a strange natural phenomenon. Refraction or a play of light creating this wild illusion. The identical clouds casting shadows in each sun is a clear giveaway. But that doesn't stop us from wondering, what if this is more than just a trick of light? Could it be a sign of something beyond our understanding? Maybe even a hint of the multiverse? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Human curiosity truly knows no limits. In Sochi, Russia, vacationers stumbled upon a sea mine floating in the water. Sea mines like this aren't just relics of the past. Many still lurk in oceans around the world, leftovers from the world wars. They're highly dangerous, and even after decades, these things can still explode with devastating force. So what did these geniuses do? They dragged this ticking time bomb out of the sea, rolling it onto a shore full of rocks and pebbles. They had no idea they were flirting with disaster. Handling something like this is beyond reckless. Civilians shouldn't even be near a sea mine, let alone dragging it around like it's a toy. It's a miracle nothing went horribly wrong. These mines were designed to sink warships, and one wrong move could have ended in catastrophe. While they were at it, why not just grab a hammer and crack it open, right? The sheer irresponsibility is staggering. These people were playing with fire, and they were lucky to escape with their lives. Imagine looking up and seeing the sky completely swallowed by smoke, glowing with an eerie orange light, as if the world itself is on fire.
So it's been like 1 hour since I last posted, and this is what it looks like. It gotten worse.
The sun is blocked out, and everything looks like it's been tinted in orange. It's straight out of an apocalyptic nightmare. The sky feels alive, as if the entire horizon is burning. It's both mesmerizing and deeply unsettling, like a beauty you can't quite trust. But how is this woman so calm? As smoke fills the air, you can't help but wonder, is the fire still raging somewhere out of sight, or is this the ghost of a wildfire's wrath? It's a sight that makes you feel suffocated. Yet she doesn't seem bothered in the slightest. This is a harsh reminder of how small and fragile we are in the face of nature's fury. Wildfire smoke fog might be the result of distant flames. But when the sky turns this color and everything fades into that eerie glow, it feels like the threat is right on your doorstep. What you're about to see in the sky is far from ordinary. It's the kind of sight that'll make you do a double take.
No! Climbing up now!
Oh, look, there's one right here.
At first glance, it seems innocent. Just 3 small objects floating high above. But here's the strange part. They're not just drifting. They're locked in a precise right triangle formation. That kind of symmetry can't be accidental. These objects are black, eerily silent, with no exhaust or any trace of sound. It's like they're defying the laws of physics. And just when you think you've seen it all, 2 more appear, barely visible in the clouds. Drones? Some secret military craft? Or maybe those alien spaceships they've been hiding at Area 51? Imagine spotting this while relaxing in your backyard. It's enough to make anyone question what's really happening up there. There's something deeply unsettling about the pitch-black woods at night. But what if, in that darkness, you caught a glimpse of something you weren't supposed to see? It's hard to tell exactly what it is. The body looks completely black, or maybe it's wearing something dark. It's impossible to say for sure in the shadows. The outline of a face is barely visible, but there's one thing that stands out. Glowing red eyes staring back through the darkness. Without those glowing eyes, you might mistake it for a scarecrow, standing still, lifeless. But this thing is far from motionless. There's something alive about it and those eyes. So what is it? Some kind of creature? Whatever it is, you wouldn't want to meet it alone in the woods at night. This might look like something straight out of Ghostbusters, but there's no Hollywood magic here. What you're about to see is all too real, and it's absolutely chilling. The clip begins with a ghostly figure hovering in the distance. It glides silently, moving from the top of that structure down to the rubble below. Its shadowy form is barely visible, except for a few eerie, glowing lights flickering within. Everything about this presence feels wrong, otherworldly. Here's where things get even stranger. The dogs notice it. They start barking wildly, as if they're picking up on something that we can't fully understand. The figure seems to react, almost aware of their attention, and then changes direction, drifting away. But as it moves under the streetlight, the terror jumps to another level. A clear humanoid shape emerges, but it's not walking. It's floating, no footsteps, no noise, just a figure suspended in midair, drifting as though gravity doesn't exist. What kind of ghost is this? One thing's for sure. You wouldn't want to be the one standing in its path. There's something about dark basements that always sets the scene for something strange, and this clip doesn't disappoint. The man begins by focusing on the basement, as if drawn by a sound or a presence below. But what happens next isn't what you expect. The real strangeness. It's not in the basement at all. Suddenly, he hears movement upstairs. Furniture shifting, something happening. He rushes to the hall, only to find the hanging light swinging, like it's been nudged. But here's where it gets really strange. All the chairs are stacked up, perfectly balanced, with no one in sight. It's the kind of scene that makes you question what's really going on. Could this be something supernatural, an unseen force playing tricks on the space? Or is it all just an elaborate setup, cleverly staged to distract with the basement while the hall becomes the centerpiece? After all, with so many people hungry for views and clicks, nothing can be ruled out. Whether it's real or staged, one thing's clear. This clip leaves you with more questions than answers. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Imagine pulling a simple black dress from the depths of the Dead Sea, only to find it transformed into a shimmering, white crystal masterpiece. As they pull these salt-encrusted pieces from the water, the shift feels almost otherworldly. What was once ordinary has become ethereal, covered in a delicate layer of salt crystals. The transformation speaks to the power of nature and time working together. These sculptures are hauntingly beautiful, salt crystal dresses and footwear, each turned into ghostly relics. Sigalit Landau's work is a stunning reminder of how nature itself can be an artist, slowly sculpting and crystallizing objects into art. Here's something sure to excite alien enthusiasts: strange, high-speed lights streaking across the sky, captured in Russia, What could these be? Below, everything seems normal. Just a calm night, cars at a traffic stop, nothing unusual. But look above, and things get bizarre. Lights are flashing across the sky, one after another, moving at incredible speeds before disappearing into the horizon, and they just keep coming. Seriously, what are these lights? There's no natural phenomenon to explain this, and no man-made object can move that fast. Could this really be alien spacecraft entering Earth's atmosphere? The more you watch, the deeper the mystery goes. Could this be extraterrestrial technology? That's the only explanation that seems to fit. What do you think? Can you come up with something that makes sense? What do you get when you cross an emu with an extinct dodo bird? This strange bird might just be the answer. Look at this odd creature. I really don't know what this is or where it's from. Neither does anyone else. It resembles an emu, but I don't think it is one. What has nature cooked up this time? Is this a new species, or just nature showing off its weird side? Whatever it is, it's definitely one for the books. Snakes can be pretty flexible, but I never knew they were able to do this.
Marta.
It stretches upward, almost like it's standing up, trying to extend itself towards the tree trunk. It's not crawling up the tree. It's practically reaching for it. Watching this snake look so unnaturally tall, you can't help but feel a little unnerved. It's unlocked a whole new level of fear for me. It's almost as if nature's saying, think you've seen it all. Think again. What's going on with the clouds in New Zealand lately? There have been some strange formations, and this one's no exception. Take a look.
Austin. Wow, that's unreal.
This isn't your average cloud formation. First, it almost looks like the sky is being taken over. Half clear blue, half covered by white strange clouds. And then there's the iridescence, a dazzling display of rainbow-like colors shimmering across the clouds. This rare optical phenomenon occurs when light scatters through tiny water droplets and ice crystals, creating a surreal stained glass effect in the sky. It's beautiful, but also a bit eerie. Some online speculate that the cloud formation could be due to human interference, possibly cloud seeding. If anyone has more info, share it in the comments. Either way, it's a fascinating display of nature's magic. You've seen people walking their dogs before, but what if the person walking the dog was invisible?
Give me a video. This happened in California. Tell me what y'all think of this.
Look at that dog. It's not walking itself. Someone is walking it, but look closely. The leash is floating in midair with no one holding it, or at least no one you can see. The dog walks. The leash follows behind like it's being guided by an invisible hand. It's almost as if the dog has a ghostly companion. Is this an optical illusion, a clever prank, or something supernatural? What's really happening here? This is definitely not your typical dog walk. Let's hear your theories. What could possibly explain this invisible dog walker? This clip was recorded by two friends who were coming back from their mission of collecting some wood logs and were recording themselves carrying all that weight. As the man opened the front camera, intending to record himself and the friend walking behind him, that's when we see a weird creature quickly walking right behind them. It crossed the path and disappeared into the trees, leaving the guy shocked, unable to believe what he had just witnessed. By the appearance, the creature did not look like it was a human. It had dark black skin and was walking very quickly and in a weird manner. According to the men, they had never seen anything like that in the area ever before. But to me, it just looks like a kid with costume, on trying to play a prank on them. In an eerie forest, an unsettling video captured the elusive Bigfoot, almost running towards somewhere, as if trying to run away from the eyes of humans, or from some other danger unknown to us. Its form, almost humanoid yet unlike a human at the same time, had massive hands and feet that dwarfed any human. Mysterious and enigmatic, this creature defied easy classification, sending shivers down the spine. With swift, almost ghostly speed, it moved through the trees and the bushes, leaving an unsettling sense of awe and fear in its wake. The encounter left everyone on YouTube questioning the unknown and the chilling possibility of creatures that exist beyond our comprehension. Truth be told, even though many say that it could be a Bigfoot, for me, it could easily be a human which appears to be like this because of the camera being too far from him. We've all seen countless unknown flying objects, videos scattered across the internet, usually showing mysterious objects hovering in the sky. But this video we got takes things to a whole new level. The footage starts with a distant view of a glowing white object streaking across the desert sky. Its trajectory looks like that of a projectile as it hurtles toward the ground, crashing into the white sand. After the first impact, it briefly lifts off, attempting to regain flight, but something seems to go wrong. The object malfunctions and plummets back down, smashing into the desert floor a second time. This hit completely obliterates it, shattering it like glass into countless pieces. And just like that, the video ends. It's bizarre, right? I've never seen a drone or a plane with that kind of glow or shape, let alone one that breaks apart like that. So what could this be? An extraterrestrial projectile, or maybe something even more unsettling. One of our own secret technologies lurking in the shadows? Things that stray from the ordinary are the ones that really get under our skin. Our minds can't help but twist them into something creepy, like these massive footprints a hiker stumbled upon.
These tracks, they're bigger than my foot. Here's another one.
This next video comes straight from the forests of New Jersey, recorded by a hiker who encountered something seriously strange on a trail. In the clip, we see these huge footprints embedded in the dirt, almost like they belong to some oversized bird. Or dare I say, a giant chicken. But here's where things get even more unsettling. The woman who uploaded the video mentioned that the night she discovered these prints, she also caught sight of a large dark brown figure moving in the distance. She couldn't make out if it was an animal or something else entirely, and unfortunately she didn't manage to catch that part on camera. Now, the footprints were huge. The hiker compared her size 10 foot to one of the prints, and it absolutely dwarfed hers. My first instinct was to say it might be an ostrich, but after doing some digging on ostrich footprints, they look nothing like these. Whatever made these tracks, I don't think it's something any of us would want to run into on a dark, lonely trail. Growing up, the Ferris wheel was my ultimate fear, not due to its dizzying height, but because I couldn't shake the terrifying thought of those cabins swaying wildly in strong winds. Well, this video turns that fear into a jaw-dropping reality. This footage was captured by a homeowner during the terrifying Typhoon Yagi in their hometown. As the camera zooms in on a Ferris wheel in the distance, you can see its cabins going absolutely berserk. They're spinning mid-air like some kind of demented fidget spinner, seemingly weightless in the ferocious winds of the typhoon. While the main structure of the Ferris wheel remains upright and stable, the cabins are caught in a chaotic dance. It's truly unnerving. Just imagine being in the homeowner's shoes. witnessing this madness. All you can do is hope and pray that the Ferris wheel stays firmly anchored and doesn't succumb to the storm's fury. Our natural world never ceases to amaze us with its bizarre and unexpected surprises. Just when we think we've seen it all, nature throws something truly shocking our way. Take this video, for instance, which captures a curious sight from the ocean. This clip, captured by a tourist, features a man grappling with an unusual dark, hair-like substance on the beach. In the video, the man is seen lying on top of this peculiar black mass, carefully removing it from the rocky shore. The strands appear long and slimy, resembling something straight out of a monster movie. However, before you jump to any frightening conclusions, let me reassure you, this isn't some otherworldly creature's hair. What you're actually looking at is a cluster of sea kelp, known as Durvillolea antarctica, or New Zealand bull kelp. This marine plant can grow in a manner that looks like tangled black hair. The specimen in the video has grown a bit wild, but it's all part of nature's quirky charm. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. There's a faction of people who believe that governments are concealing a lot more than they let on. And while I was skeptical at first, this video might just make you question things.
Break Omaha, pick me kid, Rocco Peralta, passive ability to launch Hilo ASAP.
In the video, recorded by the Navy, we see an unusual round object floating in the sky. Unlike any known aircraft or bird, the object moves with a deliberate, almost unnatural grace. It hovers briefly, then approaches the water before disappearing into the ocean. Now, I'm not jumping to conclusions about aliens just yet, but it's evident that we're looking at either a highly advanced manned aircraft or an exceptionally sophisticated drone. The fact that it was observed in the middle of the ocean adds another layer of intrigue. What could this mysterious object be, and why was it there? The truth might be more elusive than we think. Don't have money for a car wash and want a free bottom rinse? Well, nature's got your back, just like it did for this unlucky car.
Oh boy! What the fuck? What the?
In this next video, you get to see the sheer force of nature messing with a car parked on the street like it's a toy. The video captures an intense moment where a powerful surge of water lifts the car from its rear, hoisting it a full 10 feet into the air. The couple recording the scene can't stop laughing at the absurdity, but for the car owner, this is no laughing matter. To make things even more serious, police cars can be seen nearby, likely called in to deal with the chaotic situation. Sure, it's a free car wash, but with that kind of pressure, it's probably the last wash your car will ever get. The sheer force of water could completely wreck your vehicle. This kind of thing happens when manhole covers build up too much water pressure during heavy rains, eventually bursting open with terrifying power. So, unless you're looking for an extreme nature's car wash, it's probably best to avoid parking over manhole covers during the rainy season. The human mind is a vast, unexplored territory. Some believe that hidden within its depths lie extraordinary, almost superhuman abilities. Could there be individuals among us capable of tapping into these hidden powers? This intriguing video might just make you believe.
I went to the park and witnessed this.
Oh shit.
This video, recorded by a TikTok user from her car, shows a man standing alone near the edge of a cliff with his arms wide open. At first glance, he seems ordinary. But what's happening in the background is nothing short of bizarre. Hundreds of birds are flying directly toward him, almost as if he's commanding them. As the birds approach, the man calmly lowers his arms and just as he does, the flock suddenly disperses, diving downward in unison. It's almost like he's communicating with the birds, or perhaps they're sending him some kind of message. The timing is so precise that it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Could he really be controlling them, or is this just some incredible stroke of luck? Whatever the case, the video is pretty convincing, and it's hard not to wonder if this man truly has a special connection with nature. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. In a recent video that has captured the internet's attention, an unidentified individual stumbled upon a truly extraordinary sight of a creature that seems to be a hybrid of an owl and a cat. In the video, the camera is focused on a mysterious creature, illuminated only by a flashlight. The creature itself is quite bizarre, almost otherworldly. It's a four-legged being, but its appearance is nothing like you'd expect. Its skin has the texture of a bird, with feathers and distinct patterns, and even wings on its back. Yet it also has 4 legs, cat-like ears, and a feline face. The combination is fascinating. For those unfamiliar, a griffon is a legendary creature with the body, tail, and hind legs of a lion, but the head and wings of an eagle, complete with taloned front legs. This creature, though, seems like a strange twist on that myth, blending feline and avian features in a way that feels straight out of fantasy. But here's where my skepticism kicks in. Could this be the result of AI trickery? With today's advanced technology, artificial intelligence can create just about anything you can imagine. A simple prompt like hybrid of a cat and an owl could easily generate a creature like this. In a world where the unexpected always seems to lurk just around the corner, Greece recently found itself as the stage for an extraordinary and downright bizarre spectacle. Watch yourself. This clip comes straight from the streets of Greece, where a protest was in full swing and riot control police had been called in to keep the peace. In the video, we see 2 policemen, fully geared up, standing there with looks of pure confusion plastered across their faces. And no, it's not the protesters that have them baffled. It's this thing. On the ground, right in front of them, is a strange ball-like creature. It's moving, almost like it's alive, but it has no head, no legs, no arms, nothing that resembles anything remotely human or animal. It looks like a rocky, slab-like mass, with mixed patches across its body. Honestly, it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Now, the skeptic in me is waving a flag, saying it's probably just a mass of crumpled papers caught in a gust of wind. But here's the thing, if it's not that, then maybe, just maybe, we're looking at something much weirder. Could it be that alien protesters are a thing now? Because if so, Greece might just hosted their first cosmic demonstration. We've all seen monsters in movies and shows, with terrifying designs that make our skin crawl. Thankfully, they are just fictional. Or what if I told you that some monsters already walk among us? Meet one of them. That thing is massive. This video, recorded by a hiker deep in the deer woods, shows what can only be described as a living, breathing monster, casually taking a stroll. At first, you might think it's just a lizard off in the distance, but as it gets closer, the reality hits. It's not just some tiny reptile. Nope, this is a gigantic, monstrous gator. And when I say massive, I mean beyond your typical adult alligator size. This one is like something out of a nightmare. A prehistoric beast that looks like it walked straight out of a lost world. You can almost feel the weight of its presence as it saunters through the trees, every slow, deliberate step adding to its menacing aura. It's not just walking, it's owning that forest, like it knows it's the apex predator around here. And honestly, what's this thing doing that deep in Deer Woods? I'm pretty sure the deer in that area must have developed some next-level survival instincts to avoid this guy. Thinking about going on a fishing trip, but don't have the skills to reel in a big catch. Well, a fish tsunami might just change the game for you. This wild footage comes from Thailand, where two friends set out on a casual fishing trip and ended up witnessing something that left them absolutely stunned. In the video, you can see an absolute madness unfolding. Thousands of fish launching themselves out of the water like they're at some kind of fish rave. They're crashing into each other, jumping out like hyperactive frogs, all while the water rushes downstream. It's completely bizarre. So, what in the world is going on here? Naturally, I had to dig a little deeper into this strange phenomenon, and it turns out it's called a fish migration, or more dramatically, a fish frenzy. This happens when a massive school of fish swims together in shallow waters, usually triggered by specific conditions. It can occur when fish are migrating upstream to spawn, or when they get trapped in an area after heavy rainfall or flooding. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. I wouldn't mind if my next fishing trip got interrupted by something as wild as this. It's like nature's version of a free-for-all. Just like this mother, who had a sudden, inexplicable urge to check on her daughter. And when they later reviewed the Nanny cam footage, they were utterly horrified by what they saw.
What's this? Well aware of the outside noise, the rumors, the rumblings, the pressure. He said, listen.
In the Nanny cam video, it's 11 at night, and everything looks peaceful as the baby is about to drift off to sleep in her crib. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary, but then the camera catches something disturbing. Now, this might seem like a normal shadow or reflection, but here's the chilling part. The mother swears that she and her husband were both in their bedroom at the time, and no one else was in the house. This figure's limbs were strangely bent, and while its outline and movements seemed humanoid, something about it was just off. Since the video went viral, people have been throwing out all kinds of theories in the comments, from ghosts to glitches. One comment stood out to me though. It offered a more logical explanation. Nanny cameras are notorious for lagging, and this commenter suggested that what we're seeing might just be a delayed recording of the mother herself, captured earlier by the glitchy feed. It makes sense, but let's be real. The thought of any unexplained figure showing up in your baby's crib is enough to send chills down your spine. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Do you struggle to keep your furry friend's teeth clean? Well, this Russian dude has the ultimate tutorial, but be warned, his pets is a bit unusual. This video hails from Russia, where a mix of bravery and, well, questionable judgment led a man to record himself brushing his pet's teeth. And his pet, it's a massive bear. In the clip, you'll see the man calmly holding a glass of water to rinse the brush, while his enormous bear companion sits there, behaving like a docile baby. The man then proceeds to open the bear's mouth without a hint of hesitation, and begins brushing those intimidatingly sharp fangs, all while the bear remains surprisingly cooperative. Despite the man's vigorous brushing, the bear stays cool and collected. It's both astonishing and surreal to watch. A bear sitting so still while its teeth are being cleaned. Whether this man is incredibly brave or a touch reckless, one thing's for sure. The Russians sure know how to make some unforgettable tutorials. Growing up, I was absolutely enchanted by the idea of mermaids. The tales of these mystical sea creatures captivated my imagination. Now this recent video just rekindled that magical wonder in me. This clip comes from a private beach where a tourist was initially focused on recording some intriguing horseshoe crabs lounging in the sand. As he panned the camera around to capture the scenic beauty of the beach, something extraordinary caught his eye. A humanoid head floating just above the water. At first, he thought it might be someone taking a leisurely swim, so he moved closer for a better look. What he discovered left him utterly stunned. What appeared before him was not just a person, but a being with a fish-like tail reminiscent of the mermaids from folklore. This humanoid figure, with its upper body shaped like a human, but adorned with a sleek aquatic tail, was gliding through the water with an ease that seemed almost otherworldly. The way this mermaid moved through the water was incredibly convincing, and the sight was nothing short of mesmerizing. It's moments like these that make you question what we thought we knew about the sea and its mysteries. Speaking of mermaids, the last video you saw displayed a breathtakingly distant and enchanting image of these mythical beings. But have you ever wondered what they'd look like up close? Spoiler alert, they're not as pretty as they seem. What on earth is that? This unsettling video, which has been circulating online, is seriously creeping out viewers. It features a truly horrifying humanoid sea creature with a human-like head and a lower body resembling a jellyfish. To make things even more unsettling, there's another variant shown. This one sporting a jellyfish-like hat on its head. The most chilling aspect of these creatures is their teeth and facial features. Those teeth are not just ferocious, they're downright menacing, and the facial features look straight out of a nightmare. These creatures seem like they've leaped right off the pages of a horror story. But here's a bit of relief. These are computer-generated imagery creations. Yes, these creepy mermaids are the result of some impressive and spine-chilling digital effects designed to give us nightmares. Kudos to the creators for crafting such a convincing scare. There's a curious theory floating around that we're all secretly controlled by reptilian beings disguised as humans. I've always been skeptical, but this video from an Egyptian museum has me re-evaluating everything. This footage comes from an Egyptian museum where a tourist captured a truly unsettling sight of a mummified reptilian creature. In the video, you can see a large, monstrous mummified being on display. It features a reptilian head with fierce, massive teeth and an imposing face. But here's where it gets even stranger. The middle of its body is a bizarre blend of human and reptilian traits. It has a human-like ribcage and arms, with one human-like leg right in the middle. It's almost as if a reptile and a human had a baby, and that baby decided to bulk up on steroids. The whole thing looks like a character straight out of an alien predator movie. While I really want to believe this is just an elaborate hoax or an artist's creation, I can't help but feel a chill run down my spine. Sometimes, the most intriguing theories have a way of making you question everything you thought you knew. They say there are millions of insect species on Earth, But sometimes, it feels like nature just wants to throw us a curveball. Like this little guy, for instance. This bizarre creature you're seeing was discovered by a farmer while he was working in his fields. At first glance, it looks like a grasshopper, but there's something unsettling about it. Its skeletal, almost alien appearance sets it apart. The exaggerated ribcage-like structure on its back and its eerie humanoid posture make it look like some kind of freaky hybrid between an insect and a tiny extraterrestrial being. It's like it walked straight out of a science fiction movie. Now, chances are this creepy look is due to some sort of deformity, or maybe it's just the close-up making its features seem larger than life. Either way, it gives off serious alien vibes. People who've seen this video are already labeling it as top secret alien footage. And honestly, with the way it looks, I can't really blame them. We've all heard the term creature of nightmares, but rarely do we ever get a glimpse of what one might actually look like. Until now. Yikes, that's terrifying. This footage, sent by an unknown individual, shows what looks like a peaceful park, until a monstrous spider-like creature starts creeping around. In the video, you can see this massive thing slowly crawling, with long spindly arms and weirdly shielded legs. It's got a hunched back, and its head, right in the middle, gives off some seriously eerie vibes. The creature's texture is unsettling too. It's like a mix of fur and some sort of black, tar-like substance that's hard to figure out. After moving behind a tree, it suddenly snaps its head toward the camera and starts walking straight at it, like it knows it's being watched. That moment is pure nightmare fuel. This thing, whatever it is, looks like it crawled straight out of the depths of hell. Living in the lap of luxury with all the modern conveniences, it's easy to forget that just a few hundred years ago, none of this existed. In fact, there are still tribes out there who are completely untouched by the outside world, living in a time that feels like a distant memory. This incredible footage was captured by a drone flying over the eastern Amazon rainforest, revealing signs of a hidden civilization. In the video, you can see huts made of leaves and sticks. And what's even more striking, they're completely naked, living in a way that looks frozen in time. The confusion and curiosity on their faces as they spot the drone is so telling. They've likely never seen anything like it before. The people you're watching are actually members of the Awa, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. With around 350 members, they live in complete isolation, relying solely on the forest for their survival. Even though they're far removed from the modern world, their way of life is under constant threat. Outsiders are encroaching on their territory, putting them in serious danger. Fingers crossed that the government steps in to protect them. Because once these tribes are gone, we lose a living link to humanity's distant past. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. My mom is in Mexico right now, and one of our family friends said they saw La Lorna while on his pilgrimage. He sent me this. Every culture has its own set of spooky folktales, but few are as terrifying as the legend of La Llorona. And this guy just happened to capture her on video. This chilling clip comes from Mexico, uploaded by someone who said it was sent to them by a family member who claims to have seen La Llorona herself. In the video, it's dark, with only a single dim street light barely illuminating the street. But in the background, you suddenly see it. A figure in a white dress slowly appears. Then, out of nowhere, you hear that infamous, bone-chilling cry. The echo of her wail slices through the night, sending shivers down your spine. Even the street dogs freak out and start barking like crazy. The figure keeps crying in that eerie, haunting voice, and just like that, the video cuts off. That cry, it was definitely La Llorona. But who exactly is she anyway? La Llorona is a vengeful spirit from Mexican folklore, said to wander near bodies of water, mourning the children she drowned in a fit of jealous rage after discovering her husband's infidelity. According to legend, anyone who hears her cry is doomed to suffer misfortune or worse. Their life becomes a string of failures, and in some cases, they even face death. So, we've all just heard her cry now, right? Which means, well, let's just hope it's nothing more than a legend. Fingers crossed. This next video comes from India, where a group of villagers were left completely stunned by what their pregnant goat had just given birth to. It's definitely something out of the ordinary. In the video, you can see a freshly born black goat lying on the ground. But the bizarre thing about this little one is that it got way too many legs. Instead of the usual 4, this goat has a total of 8. There's an extra set of legs sprouting from its midsection and back, making it look uncomfortable, and honestly pretty heartbreaking for the poor thing. While these kinds of mutations might seem fascinating, or even a little intriguing to look at, the reality is much sadder. A goat with this kind of deformity likely wouldn't survive long. In fact, from the looks of it, the baby goat in the video might not have made it past birth, which is a real tragedy. Nature definitely has its strange moments, but they're not always easy to witness. For all the technological progress China has made, they still haven't figured out what the heck this thing is, floating down one of their largest rivers. This video, originally uploaded by Daily Star, shows what looks like some kind of massive creature slithering through the river. As the camera view zooms in, you can see this enormous snake-like body surfacing on the water, moving against the current. The sheer size of this thing is unreal. From its upper body, it looks like a gigantic eel or some kind of serpent, and honestly, it's unsettling. The fact that something this massive is out there, slithering around, has people seriously spooked. No one seems to know what it is yet, so it's no surprise people are already calling it a mysterious river monster. China, please figure out what in the world that thing is so we can stop freaking out. A boy from Sacramento uploaded a video on Reddit claiming that he and his friends saw something really strange in the sky, an unknown flying object, or at least that's what they thought at first.
No, they're circles, dude.
Are they?
Yes.
What the fuck?
This is the video they recorded, and you can see a series of lights moving across the night sky. These lights were arranged in a specific pattern, with some shining brighter than others at times. According to the uploader, the last light was different.
Look, that one's like an airplane shining, dude, chasing them.
He's convinced it was some kind of machine. It flashed brightly for a second before dimming to a faint gray, blending in with the others. You can feel the excitement and shock from these guys as they watched it all unfold. But don't worry, I'm here to take the pressure off. It's just Starlink satellites passing over your location. Yup, if you check the time and date and plug it into the Starlink tracker, you'll see that the satellites were flying right overhead. Still, it's pretty fascinating to watch, right? When you're alone, that unsettling feeling of being watched sneaks up on you. Most of us shake it off, blaming it on our overactive imagination. But what if it's not just your mind playing tricks? What if there's something real?
No, es increíble, le veo la cara de un nene, pero me está mirando desde hace rato. Estuve en shock.
This video, posted on TikTok, was recorded by a boy who was home alone. It starts off with him nervously panning his camera toward a glass window, saying he can make out the faint outline of a baby's face staring at him. Now, I'll admit, it's hard to see exactly what he's talking about, but there's something there. If you squint, you can make out a shape. The eerie part comes when he steps away, walking through his house to investigate. He checks the bathroom and outside of the window, hoping to find a logical explanation. Maybe a trick of the light, maybe something placed near the window. But no, there's nothing. Just empty darkness. As if that wasn't creepy enough, while he's searching outside, the window in his bathroom suddenly lights up by itself, revealing what seems to be that same baby-shaped outline. It's just staring back at him. At this point, the boy's fear is palpable. With slow, cautious steps, he heads back inside toward the bathroom. You can feel the tension building as he pushes open the door, expecting the worst. But again, nothing, no baby, no figure. Just cold, empty silence. This has to be one of the strangest things I've seen. The idea that something could be watching you, yet never revealing itself fully. That's a different level of terrifying. Archaeology is all fun and games until you stumble upon something that feels like it should have stayed buried. Just like what these guys found in an ancient forgotten chamber. This clip showcases a slideshow of a fascinating find made by a team of archaeologists. The video starts showing a mysterious, dust-covered artifact partially unearthed in what looks like a long-lost chamber. The object appears weathered, with a pyramid-like base adorned with faint, intricate designs that hint at ancient knowledge or possibly forbidden symbols. As the video progresses, we get a clear view of the artifact, a slab featuring the all-seeing eye, supported by a serpent-like base. There's an almost otherworldly aura surrounding it, as if this artifact was part of some ancient ritual or had a purpose long forgotten by history. Whatever secrets it holds, they might be better left undisturbed in the shadows. We've all had those dreams that don't make much sense, but feel eerily captivating. This video takes one of those bizarre dreams and brings it to life. Isn't that stunning? The video captures a cameraman walking through a surreal sea of blue flames engulfing the landscape. At first glance, the blue flames appear to be water, but a closer look reveals they're actually flames, moving along the ground like liquid. The entire scene looks otherworldly, as if we've stepped onto a different planet. It's both terrifying and captivating at the same time. So, what's really happening here? The video is shot near a volcano where the ground is intensely hot. A chemical, likely sulfur, with a low melting and burning point, melts and flows, creating these blue flames. The fumes are highly acidic, so while the cameraman isn't directly engulfed in flames, the fumes could still be quite harmful. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. A doorbell ringing during the day? No big deal. But at 4 in the morning? That's when your gut starts screaming that something is seriously off, just like what this Ring camera captured. One morning, a homeowner woke up to a notification from his Ring camera, and what he saw was truly chilling. The video revealed a random woman approaching his door at 4 in the morning, behaving in the strangest way. She was peering through the glass door with a bizarre, twitchy expression, her head swiveling unnervingly. Then, she locked eyes with the camera, as if she was staring right into the viewer's soul. It's like something straight out of a horror movie. Was this woman just incredibly drunk and disoriented, mistaking this house for her own? Or was she putting on a disturbing act for reasons we can only speculate about? Either way, this eerie encounter definitely leaves you with more questions than answers. For some, cemeteries are serene places where they can connect with their loved ones who have passed away. For others, they're shrouded in mystery and the unknown, as this eerie security camera footage demonstrates. Captured by a graveyard security camera, this video offers a chilling glimpse into the supernatural. The footage shows a quiet cemetery at night, but what's truly unsettling is the appearance of 3 white figures hovering above a grave. These spectral shapes move swiftly and eerily, resembling humanoid forms draped in white cloth. They hover above one specific grave and the surrounding area, intensifying the scene's creepiness. While there's a possibility this could be a camera malfunction or light reflections playing tricks on the lens, the cemetery setting adds a layer of spine-chilling fear to the footage, whether you see it as a ghostly apparition or just an optical illusion. It's enough to make anyone's skin crawl. I always say respecting Mother Nature's boundaries is crucial, not just from its creatures, but also from its raw power. What on earth are these people thinking? This video, captured by a tourist, shows an active volcano in full eruption. Lava flowing with a ferocity that's nothing short of mesmerizing. But here's what's truly bizarre. Look at how close the tourists are standing to the erupting volcano. The lava is shooting high into the air, and yet these folks are casually taking videos, completely unfazed. The lava's speed is astonishing, but these people seem to be treating it like a mild afternoon stroll. There are a couple of possible explanations for this. Maybe the tourists are actually standing farther away from the volcano, and the camera angle just makes them look dangerously close. Or perhaps the video was edited to exaggerate the lava's proximity. Either way, watching this makes me shudder and say a definitive nope to these kinds of tours. Some people fear clowns not just because of their eerie makeup or exaggerated features, but thanks to unsettling characters like Pennywise from movies like it. This video only reinforces that fear.
He's like freaking hunched over, dude. Do you not? Holy shit! Oh my god! What? Oh my god!
In this unsettling video, a couple is live streaming from their home when they encounter something truly eerie. The focus of their anxiety is a disturbingly lifelike Pennywise doll they recently bought from a store. To test if it moves on its own, the husband uses chalk to mark its position on the floor. After they step back, a loud noise suddenly erupts.
That was freaking loud.
And when they check the doll, it's now hunched over in a way that sends shivers down their spines. The horror escalates as the doll continues to hunch closer and closer to them, its upper half eventually breaking and collapsing.
Do Do you not? What? Holy shit! Oh my god!
The couple's screams and the doll's sinister movements make for a spine-tingling video that's sure to haunt your dreams. The video abruptly ends there, but it's more than enough to send shivers down your spine. Personally, I'm not going anywhere near a clown after seeing that. That's for sure. Before the era of artificial intelligence advancements, our imaginations were confined to what computer-generated imagery could conjure. But now, artificial intelligence is pushing the boundaries, creating nightmarish scenes that feel all too real, like in this chilling video. In this eerie footage, a night vision camera captures the unsettling denizens of a dark forest. As the video begins, you'll see bizarre bush-like creatures hopping through the underbrush, followed by massive alien worms descending from the trees. The scene then shifts to distant shots of mammoth-like creatures racing across the landscape, only to be followed by a haunting herd of ghostly white animals. But the real terror hits at the end when a long camera shot reveals a grotesque humanoid creature staring directly into the lens with the creepiest smile you can imagine. The entire sequence feels like a twisted nightmare come to life. However, before you panic, remember, it's all just computer-generated imagery. Still, it's pretty unsettling to think about the eerie creations our computers can come up with when given a dark enough prompt. This next video takes us to a beach in Russia, where a beachgoer stumbled upon a creature that looks like it's straight out of an alien planet.
О, Господи, он ползет по руке. Он ползает.
It's definitely not something you see every day. Covered in a fuzzy coat of hairs, it almost looks like a cuddly teddy bear. But don't be fooled. Those sharp spines on its tail are a clear warning to stay away, and its hairs are actually moving. I mean, that's just creepy. I did some digging and found out this is a sea mouse. Yeah, you heard that right, a mouse of the sea. These marine worms have a hairy worm-like body and a spiny tail. They usually burrow in sand or mud, so it's pretty rare to see one out and about like this. After seeing this, I'm pretty grateful for our furry mouse friends on land. They're definitely a lot less eerie. Imagine strolling down the street, casually heading out for groceries, when suddenly, bam, you're hit by a flying sofa. Sounds like something out of a surreal dream, right? Well, watch yourself.
Buraya geliyor. Geldi, yan binaya girdi.
This jaw-dropping video hails from Turkey, where a homeowner captured an astonishing sight of a sofa defying gravity. And we're not talking about a tiny armchair here. This is a full-sized 3-seater sofa, taking its very own flight. It glides effortlessly across the sky before crashing back down to Earth, leaving us all with one burning question. What just happened? Now, before you start wondering if Turkey has secretly developed flying furniture technology, let me set the record straight. This airborne couch was actually a casualty of one of the most powerful hurricanes Ankara has ever seen. The hurricane's intense winds were responsible for lifting the sofa into the air, but it's still mind-boggling how a piece of furniture can be so dramatically tossed about. So, while there's no secret to Turkey's flying sofas just yet, this bizarre event remains a captivating mystery. How did that sofa end up airborne in such an extraordinary manner? As breathtaking as Norway's natural landscapes are, it seems even aliens can't resist their allure. They've been spotted up close by this local drone. On May 3rd, a local drone enthusiast noticed an unusual light dancing in the sky and decided to film it. What they captured is nothing short of astounding. Lights darting across the heavens at incredible speed. These lights blink in a pattern that strongly resembles the kind of ship you'd see in a science fiction movie. But what sets this spacecraft apart is its jaw-dropping acceleration. It goes from 0 to several hundred miles per hour in mere seconds, something no conventional plane could achieve from a standstill. So, if you're thinking this might just be a high-speed aircraft, think again. Whether it's an advanced piece of technology from beyond our world, or just a mysterious phenomenon, this video leaves us with more questions than answers about what's really lurking in the skies above Norway. When your doorbell rings, take a cautious glance through the peephole or window first, just to be sure who or what is on the other side, because trust me, you never know when something as unsettling as this could be waiting for you. This spine-chilling video was posted on TikTok by a homeowner who thought his DoorDash had arrived. But what he saw was far from a bag of takeout. In the clip, we see the homeowner nervously filming from the window, and outside stands a terrifying figure, eerily still, staring directly at the window. The figure's appearance is horrifying, a face and clothing that closely resemble a witch straight out of folklore. The homeowner mentioned that there was this constant, insistent knocking at his door. But every time he checked, no one was there except this creepy figure lurking by a nearby tree. I have no idea what that thing is, but one thing's for sure. If that's a DoorDash driver, it's got to be one straight from the depths of hell. It's always adorable when kids leave tiny footprints on the floor or furniture. But things take a truly terrifying turn when you spot one of those prints on a 20-foot-high window. This bizarre clip was recorded by a mother who, while tidying up her house, noticed a small footprint on a window. But here's the eerie part. The window was 20 feet high, and there was absolutely no way a child could have reached it. To make matters even stranger, the footprint was upside down, suggesting that whatever left it was coming down from the roof. The woman zooms out in the video, showing the sheer height of the window. And honestly, my brain can't even begin to figure out how a human, let alone a child, could pull that off upside down. It's unsettling, to say the least. Maybe this wasn't a human footprint at all. Whoever, or whatever, left it might just be lurking on the roof at night. Creepy stuff. Nature has a way of being endlessly creative, not just in beautiful ways, but sometimes in downright strange and mysterious ones. Take this bizarre rodent, for example. Honestly, what on earth is this? This video was uploaded on TikTok and has since left netizens utterly baffled by what they're seeing. In the footage, you can see a truly odd-looking creature hiding beneath what seems to be the base of a house. But everything about this rodent is off. It looks like some kind of strange hybrid, part rodent, part bird. Its body texture is also pretty weird. Its legs resemble those of a duck, and the way it moves is unsettling. And that face, it looks downright ferocious, almost predatory, as if it's something straight out of a science fiction movie, or maybe even from another planet. Honestly, in today's world, who even knows? Nature sure knows how to keep us guessing. For some, dolls are charming, but for others, they spark an eerie dread, as if there's something off, like they're silently watching, or worse. They might actually be alive. This video might just give you a bone-chilling peek into that very unsettling possibility. This eerie footage comes from a homeowner who had been hearing strange knocking sounds and footsteps coming from his bedroom. Curious and more than a little freaked out, he decided to investigate. In the video, we can hear him explaining the noises he just heard, followed by faint, unsettling sounds coming from the other room.
What the fuck is that? See, I keep this up against the cabinet because the dolls like the...
The homeowner cautiously makes his way to the bedroom, only to find no one there. He then opens a cupboard, revealing a collection of creepy-looking dolls. They may just be toys, but something about their lifeless eyes and eerie expressions sends shivers down your spine. After closing the cupboard, the video cuts off, but the ominous feeling lingers. I have no doubt those knocks were coming from the dolls. My advice: get rid of them fast before it's too late. I used to have no problem with tight spaces, but after watching this video of a cave explorer, I've developed a newfound claustrophobia.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm through the worst bit.
Okay.
This video comes from an adventurous cave explorer showing just how tight some of these cave passages can get. In the clip, you can see the explorer's legs dangling outside while the rest of his body is wedged into what looks like a tiny, jagged crack in the rock. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. I'm talking about an opening so small that I doubt it could even fit my stomach, let alone an entire human body. The fact that he's upside down, contorting his way through that claustrophobic nightmare, is enough to make anyone's anxiety spike. It's terrifying to watch, especially knowing that if something goes wrong, there's no easy way out. This video is the kind of stuff that makes you realize maybe tight spaces aren't so cozy after all. Have you ever felt like the world around you is a carefully constructed illusion? This video we got might just confirm your suspicions.
What is she looking at?
What is she doing?
That's actually really concerning.
Wait. Is she paused? This bizarre video was recorded by a store employee who noticed a woman in a parking lot that appeared to be completely frozen in place, as if time itself had stopped just for her. In the video, you can see the woman standing motionless, one leg crossed over the other, bags in both arms, as if she was mid-stride but never finished the step. If you're thinking the video itself is paused, think again. You can clearly see cars moving in the background, and at one point, a family casually walks by in front of her, while she remains perfectly frozen in place. It's eerie, to say the least. After about a minute of this strange glitch, the woman finally moves, and the video ends, leaving us with more questions than answers. Now, if I have to be logical, I'd guess she might been on some kind of intense medication or experiencing a medical condition that caused her to freeze like that. But who knows? Sometimes these odd moments make you wonder if we're really just characters in some massive simulation. There are some things in the world that should simply never happen. Like, for example, a vehicle crashing into an overhead gantry sign. But somehow, this guy managed to pull off exactly that. In this video, we see a trailer smashed into an overhead gantry sign, standing almost vertically, defying all logic. I mean, how on earth does a trailer even end up in this position? It didn't crash into another vehicle. didn't hit a regular road sign. Nope, it went straight for the overhead gantry sign. The video shows rescue crews working to get the trailer back down to the ground, using rope to carefully pull it down, and thankfully they managed to do it successfully. It's honestly baffling. My mind is spinning trying to figure out how this even happened. Did another car somehow bump it up into the air? Was the sign lower than it should been? Or did the driver just completely misjudge everything? Whatever the cause, it's one of those moments where you just shake your head and say, only God knows how that went down. When you think of river monsters, the Loch Ness Monster is probably the first thing that comes to mind. But hold on, this next video might just introduce you to a creature that's even more monstrous. This video, originally uploaded to YouTube, is downright spine-chilling. At first, we see a peaceful view of the sea, everything looking calm and serene, until it's not. If you look closely in the distance, something strange starts to emerge on the surface of the water. A long, shadowy figure stretches across the waves, and within moments, a massive serpent-like creature rises from the depths. Its enormous head and winding tail break the surface, looking like something straight out of a nightmare. This thing is monstrous. After a brief appearance, the creature dives back into the water. This was filmed at Ballston Beach, Massachusetts, and what you just saw has been dubbed a sea serpent. But before you start packing up to avoid the water, I've got to give you a little relief. This terrifying creature is actually crafted by a Hollywood visual effects team, and to be fair, they did an incredibly convincing job. It's amazing what technology can make us believe these days. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Clouds are usually beautiful to look at, until they start swirling. When you see one of these ominous formations in the sky, trust me, it's time to run for cover. This video was recorded by a homeowner who caught something truly eerie. A strange portal-like swirl opening up in the clouds. In the footage, you can see dark, menacing clouds filling the sky, and right in the middle of them, a swirling vortex begins to form. Ferocious thunder rumbles as the swirl seems to pull everything toward it, almost like a portal to another dimension. This sight may look mesmerizing, but don't let that fool you. It's an early warning of something far more dangerous. Swirling clouds like this are exactly how tornadoes begin. First, it's just a horizontal swirl high up in the sky, but as it grows larger, it reaches toward the ground and can shift its orientation, transforming into a deadly funnel. So while it might look captivating, it's actually the prelude to a potential disaster. Stay alert and stay safe. Growing up, one of my biggest fears was the thought of an alien invasion on Earth. And this video has somehow turned that fear into reality. Well, sort of.
Oh my god, where's Daddy? Oh my god, I got goosebumps. Hurry!
What you just saw was captured in Palmdale, California, where a girl spotted something bizarre in the night sky that left her completely baffled. In the clip, you can see hundreds of blinking lights moving in unison. As they move, the lights keep blinking, giving off the vibe of unknown flying objects drifting silently above. However, before we start thinking it's an alien invasion, there's probably a more grounded explanation. These could very well be those synchronized drones programmed to form shapes and patterns in the sky. But I have to admit, seeing the night sky filled with all those lights moving like that, yeah, it still looks pretty creepy. Imagine driving down a road in Canada when suddenly you spot a moose crossing ahead. But wait, it looks like a spider. Yep, this video is exactly that. What in the world is that? This footage comes from a driver who spotted something downright bizarre. A moose with a spider-like twist. Instead of the usual 4 legs, this guy appears to have 8. And the way those legs are moving so seamlessly together gives off some serious spider vibes. People on Reddit have even started calling this creature the spider moose. But before you start freaking out about mutant moose, let me shatter that illusion for you. What's really happening here is that this spider moose is actually 2 moose walking side by side. The extra set of legs, they belong to the second moose, which is perfectly aligned, giving us this eerie illusion. If you look closely, you can spot the second moose's head at certain points in the video. It's just a clever trick of the camera, but man, did it look convincing at first glance. Japan is renowned for its stunningly efficient and swift bullet trains, but there's a darker, more eerie side to its train stations that often goes unnoticed. This video, captured by a Reddit user, offers a haunting glimpse of a Japanese station in the dead of night. The footage reveals an eerily deserted platform shrouded in darkness, with only a few sparse lights casting feeble glows at the edges. The rest of the station seems to dissolve into endless abyss of shadows, creating a chilling atmosphere. As the video progresses, you feel the weight of the emptiness and isolation, the kind of scene that might fit perfectly in a murder mystery thriller. The train's arrival momentarily breaks the silence, but the unsettling feeling lingers. This clip captures the unsettling side of nighttime travel, reminding us that beneath the sleek and modern exterior, there can be a haunting stillness that's enough to make anyone think twice about stepping onto the tracks. I stumbled upon this video on Reddit, and let me tell you, the red blobs hanging from the ceiling are unlike anything I've ever seen. At first glance, they look kind of like fruit, but the more you watch, the weirder they get. These blobs have a strange, almost slimy texture, and there's even some goo dripping down from them. I did some research online to see if they could be spider eggs, but nothing matched what's in the video. The whole scene is seriously creepy, and it makes you wonder what these things really are. Are they some kind of unknown cave creature? Alien eggs from another world? Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you've seen something similar before, or have an idea of what they might be. If this video turns out to be a prank, I'll seriously plead with my friends to steer clear of attempting such antics on me because I'm not sure my heart could handle it. The video hails from India, showcasing footage from a security camera. In the nighttime scene, a strange creature emerges on the street. This creature is downright weird and creepy from every angle imaginable. It boasts long humanoid legs, but lacks any upper body, with just a flat circular surface up there. The way it strolls, while maintaining balance, is genuinely unsettling. Some viewers suspect it's a prank, suggesting the person might have concealed their upper body inside their shirt. Yet, to me, it seems nearly impossible for someone to hide their entire upper body, arms, and head in such a confined space. A friend duo went missing in Poland, and when the police investigated, they found their camera abandoned in a trash bin in a local park. What they found inside was truly bone-chilling. The video the police found was recorded by those friends, and it depicts a nighttime view of a park. One friend is filming the other goofing around when suddenly, a mysterious figure enters the frame. The friends notice the stranger, but brush it off, thinking it's just someone drunk or playing a prank. However, the appearance of the stalker is unsettling, with a hunched back and a rag covering their face. As the stalker approaches, resembling a drunken person, the friends continue to play around, unaware of the danger they're in. When they feel that it is getting a bit creepy, they attempt to flee, but the stalker relentlessly pursues them with their hunched posture. The stalker in the video may very well be the key to unraveling the mystery behind their disappearance. I mean, I have seen a few drunk people in my life, but this one seemed way creepier in his motivation to continue going after them. What do you think was going on in this clip? 23 million years ago, our oceans were home to terrifyingly massive creatures, including giant sharks, squid, and many other monsters. Nowadays, many believe these creatures to be extinct, but is that really the case? This video, captured in Hoven, Iceland, reveals a massive creature disrupting the water's surface. Waves ripple out from its movements, indicating its immense size. While some may speculate that it could be a whale or another large marine animal, the location suggests otherwise. Whales typically inhabit larger water bodies, not areas like this. Even if there's a chance they still exist, they wouldn't inhabit such small water bodies. They'd prefer the open ocean. So, the question remains, what could this creature be? This next video from TikTok had viewers scratching their heads in confusion, trying to make sense of what they were seeing.
That's a pig!
In the footage, recorded by a group of friends during a nighttime drive, they stumble upon a weird animal in the middle of the road. What makes this creature so confusing is its appearance, resembling a bizarre mix of a dog and a pig. The friends themselves are puzzled, unable to identify the strange hybrid. This creature has the body of a dog, but the face and feet resemble those of a pig. Its long dog-like ears contrast with its pig-like belly, creating a truly mixed-up appearance. The unsettling part, its face. The combination of dog and pig features is downright eerie, sending shivers down your spine. While some may speculate,
That's a pig!
that it's a result of genetic mutation, encountering such a creature in the dead of night is undeniably chilling. Ever witnessed a caterpillar train? Watch this. The video you just watched showcases an incredible sight. A procession of caterpillars moving in a perfectly synchronized line. Each caterpillar is linked to the one in front and behind, creating a mesmerizing train-like formation. It's truly a fascinating spectacle, but what's really happening here? Prepare to be amazed. This is actually the mating train of these caterpillars. Each caterpillar is attached to a female they're seeking to mate with, forming this orderly procession. Their destination? A pupation site where they'll bury themselves in the soil and undergo metamorphosis into cocoons. These trains can be astonishingly long, sometimes consisting of over 300 caterpillars. Witnessing phenomena like this reminds us of the countless mysteries nature holds, just waiting to be discovered. This next video may seem like A scene straight out of a science fiction movie, but brace yourself because it's the real deal. Hailing from Texas, this footage captures the awe-inspiring yet chilling sight of a powerful tornado's formation. As the clip begins, the sky looms ominously dark with swirling clouds hinting at the tornado's impending birth. Suddenly, in a matter of seconds, this swirl intensifies, and a tornado starts to take shape, reaching down towards the ground. In just 4 seconds, it transforms into a fully fledged tornado before the video abruptly ends. This rapid formation showcases the swift and unpredictable nature of tornadoes, leaving little time for people to seek safety in shelters. Authorities often issue advance warnings to help locals evacuate their homes in time. Despite the terror it evokes, the sheer power of nature displayed in this video is undeniably fascinating. This next video gives us a glimpse into every fisherman's fantasy. Recorded on a beach in Kerala, India, the video captures a truly remarkable sight. Thousands upon thousands of fish swarming out of the water onto the beach. Fishermen can be seen eagerly collecting these fish as they flood onto the shore, looking like a scene from a dream come true for them. They use bags to gather the abundant catch. But what exactly is happening here? It's not a miracle, but rather a natural phenomenon known as the sardine run. This incredible event involves the migration of millions of sardines from their usual cool, temperate habitat to the warmer subtropical waters of the Indian Ocean, along the east coast of South Africa. So, what you witness in the video is likely the result of these fish mistaking the beach for warmer waters and swarming towards it in a frenzy. It's a spectacular sight to witness and a reminder of the wildness of nature. You have seen stray dogs and cats roaming around the streets at night, but have you ever heard of encountering a stray lion on the streets? Well, it seems like it's not unheard of, especially in India. This video, filmed in Gujarat, India, captures a hair-raising moment as a biker comes face-to-face with a lion in the dead of night. Riding along a deserted road, the biker spots what he initially thinks is a dog approaching from the distance. But as he halts his bike, he realizes it's something far more intimidating. A lion. Instead of panicking and fleeing, the biker wisely chooses to stay on his bike as the lion casually approaches. Luckily, the lion doesn't seem hungry or aggressive. It simply leaps onto a nearby wall and saunters off into the darkness. Seizing the opportunity, the biker revs his engine and speeds away, bringing the tense encounter to an end. Encountering such a majestic yet formidable creature at such close quarters must have been quite an experience. In such situations, keeping calm and avoiding sudden movements is key to ensuring your safety.
For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.